Greg,
Yeah.
I just rented 3 properties down at Casa Grande to new tenants. They were new doors. We just brought them in at the end of last year. And every single one of those tenants want to buy at the end of their lease. 2 of the houses, the owner, the investor will be willing to sell to them. The other one, they just want to get in and start his new job at the car plant, and get his wife moved out here, get settled in, and then at the end of the year lease that they only wanted to sign 1-year lease, they want to buy. So within 4 to 6 months, I'm going to be getting them over to builders. Hey, let's find you your new home, because it's going to take 6 months to build it.
Awesome. And
Well, that's a whole nother stream of income that people don't think about. Those tenants are sitting there, you know.
Were they out of towners moving
into? Yeah, 2 of them are coming from California.
Yeah, so they were like, we got to get a place. We're not going back. The bags are packed. We need to find a place to live. Let's test this one out, try it on for size for a year, and then if all goes well, we'll buy. And you're right, you've got a gold mine of tenants out there.
Yeah. One of the houses, I didn't even get a chance to put it on the marketplace. I mean, literally, we closed on it. I got an email that was forwarded over to me. I reached out to them. They said, yeah, we'll take it. We want to see pictures. As soon as I took pictures, I sent them over the pictures. They're like, yeah, that's perfect. Let's do this. I didn't even get to put it into the system as far as an active rental. I rented it out within 3 days of closing.
Yeah, that's in some ways a fear-based decision on their part too. Get the hell out of California, right? It's a city and a state in shutdown. Mm-hmm. And high density is freaking people out a little bit. It's just an amazing time. And when people are motivated by fear and greed, right? It's the old adage, and fear is more powerful. And so we don't want to take advantage of it. We want to solve their problems. If I'm afraid to live in New York and I want to buy a place, I'm afraid to live in LA and I want to get a place in Casa Grande, and I'll, what you said was funny. You said, they'll say, I'll take it, send me pictures. Right.
Yeah.
But usually, at least let me see the pictures and I'll take it. But they wanted to plant their bet on that property, and then they're going to buy. We just have to use that. It's a big psychological game. In normal circumstances, real estate isn't quite this acute of a psychological game that's being played, where the world is messing with their heads. And it's amazing how much of what's happening in the world that's making people anxious is driving them right into our arms, right? Houses in our markets are the things that people really, really, really want when they're trying to get away from whatever they're getting away from.
That's like, I was talking to a brand new investor yesterday. He's just getting in the market. So I had a long conversation with him, and I sent him over all the books and, how to find the perfect, investment property and stuff like that. I even talked to him. He's like, well, what about the markets? And, I've got these other people. And I'm like, yeah. I said, but we have a relationship with builders down there in Casa Grande. Because the guy lives in Casa Grande. And he was talking about one of the builders. Yeah, they just, they told me they have no more properties for investors in that subdivision. I said, I just sold one. I said, we have a relationship with that builder. I said, so let me see what I can do.
So you're getting that stuff too, huh? You're getting that too? I told the Whale Hunting group this, but I just went into contract on 3 houses personally. They were brand new. And I had an appointment to go see the model. And when I got there, my sales rep was busy with a walk-in. So another sales rep grabbed me, and I told her what I was interested in. And when I sprung the news that I was an investor, she said, oh, I'm sorry, but we have an allotment that we can sell to investors. And we pretty much reached it. I said, pretty much, or did you reach it? Like, is there room for one more? She said, no, we reached it. Right. I said, okay, bummer. She goes, meanwhile, you were supposed to meet him anyway. So here's his business card. You can call him back. And I wasn't going to bother. Like, why would I bother? Right. She told me they weren't selling to investors, but he called me back and he said, she's full of it. We can sell to investors. She just likes jacking up the upgrades and making money on the upgrades. So that person's sales manager called me a week later and said, did that actually happen? And I said, yeah. She got the boot as a result. So you can't even rely on the fact that the first answer you get from a builder is the truth about whether they'll sell to investors. They think that tenants are all crackheads. Like, it's ridiculous. The world's just disadvantages. They think tenants are crackheads, and they think landlords are villains, right? So these people need us to look out for them, need us to champion them.